Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, finally back after the latest NVIDIA driver completely broke my recording system in the Realtek driver, so thanks for that NVIDIA, big fan of your driver updates. Had to roll my whole damn system back to last week. So anyway, drag the TV into the bathroom and call in sick to work tomorrow because this is an extra spicy video I've got for you. I don't know if you've been following Magic topics on social media or not. If you have, don't. It's not worth it. Most of the people talking about it on Twitter are unbearable, but let me ask you a question. Who do you think would be the most supportive of Wizards, I guess besides maybe their own staff? The pro players, right? The ones that are getting paid to go to tournaments and get large amounts of prize money, not to mention getting paid to stream. Well, as of the last Mythic Championship, they have officially hit their limit. And when pros hit their limits, they go to Twitter. So this video is just going to be entertaining because this is like people that are, I guess, by some of you respected more than me in the community, saying things that honestly I would say. Some of this is even spicier than things I would say. So that I don't completely blow you up on the first one with too spicy of a post, let's start with the mild sauce here. Magic Esports tweeted, "That's a wrap on MCQW," which, is that Mythic Championship qualifier week? I think that's what it was. I think there was like the championship, and then like this weekend was the people who are in the top 1,200 on Arena or something all do this thing. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's a wrap on it, whatever it was. Thank you to everyone who participated and gave it your all this weekend. Bicep! Final standings and the official top 16 announcement will be posted Monday. And then Brennan M. DeCandio posted like an absolute savage along with an Oko ban announcement, I hope. That's just Brennan being a snarky boy, okay? We're going to ease our way into this. Wait till you see the last ones. Oh, I hate to be that guy, but stay tuned to the end of the video. Oh, I've got an entire piñata full of tasty goodness at the end of the video. So basically, everything that every staff member or any Wizards official account tweets out is instantly being replied to with, "Ban Oko. Oko is ruining Standard. Standard isn't fun. What the hell? Fix this." Now, remember Field of the Dead was supposed to fix everything, right? Because if it wasn't supposed to fix everything, if there was still blatant problems that were clear as day, they would have fixed that in the ban announcement too, because the ban announcement is supposed to make Standard fun and enjoyable and playable, right? And fair? Right? Well, before the ban announcement, because who didn't know what it was going to say, and then especially after it, everybody said, well, I guess people are just going to move to the next most broken ones, which is really 3 problematic ones. I'm not going to go into them. You guys know what it is. And I even said ahead of time, they're obviously going to ban Field of the Dead, and I have a feeling they're going to ban absolutely nothing else. And that's going to be a problem because they're taking like 5 problematic decks and making it 4. What is that going to accomplish? And I will give them one little bit of leeway. Field of the Dead was the most ban-worthy card. It was the most unbeatable, the most problematic, by far. However, there were some other problems that required urgent levels of attention and bans to fix. I guess they didn't see it that way. Kind of funny that I and the rest of the community always see it this way and Wizards never does. Just pull the trigger, my gosh. So everyone wants Oko banned because he's in, I guess, primarily 2 decks. I've seen him in 3. It just, on Arena, I play so many damn games that I see everything and I don't pay any attention to tournament results because that's so narrow and that's so like within the variance. You can't say, oh, this is the best decks in the world. No, that's what people brought to the tournament and that's just what happened to win. I like to see the bigger picture. What do I see in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games of Arena? What am I playing against? Because remember, I'm in like the top of the Diamond League. And Oko is in way too many decks, which so was Field of the Dead. I mean, hell, so was Smuggler's Copter. Like this is a very known problem. If they banned Oko, they wouldn't just ban one deck, they would ban one card. It would legit just be, he's too good. So what did more people have to say about this? Well, one I just had to throw in because this is like levels of sarcasm that I would even have to like jump to get to. In a huge Twitter back and forth mega thread where everybody's yelling at everybody about what to do about Oko, Martin Jensen replied, "Unban Field." The only thing that's powerful enough to stop Oko is Field of the Dead. Hashtag bring it back. That's like calling in the Suicide Squad to fix your problem. I just thought that tweet was too damn funny to not include. Shout out to Martin Jensen. Although I wish he wouldn't have said it, Wizards might actually take that into consideration because remember, they don't know what the hell they're doing. That is a very important fact to remember. So let's step up to the even spicier tweets with Eric Froelich. Now, you've probably heard of him. He plays poker, he plays Magic, he does everything. He does everything but come on my channel for a live stream. Eric, hit me up, brah. especially after this series of tweets. So anyway, Jessica Estefan tweeted, my hot take of the day is that Oko shouldn't be banned. So clearly Jessica's an idiot. Because it should be, but she says it shouldn't be banned for MC Richmond because deck lists are due in a week, and it would screw over most of the people not involved in a big team. Well, not really. I mean, big teams can adapt, honestly, slower than individuals, I think, but I mean, honestly, you should always have a backup plan. Don't just say, I'm going in with this deck. What if the meta shifts a week before? What if it's not even a ban? I mean, always have a backup deck. Come on, this is obvious. And then she's like, take it easy on the roasting, thanks. No, I don't think so. People are pissed off and they're gonna vent. Get over it, sister. So Eric says, this is a good take, but man, has this year been awful. Preach it, brother Eric. The future of Magic, the Magic Pro Leave, etc. got to boil down to a year of 1. Modern PT testing and new mull rule and draft format pre-release. Yeah, that was annoying. Arena PT, half Esper. I do remember that. Hogak Pro Tour. Woo! And then Arena Pro Tour, all Golos Oko. Funny how he didn't even say Golos Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead was just there because it was there. It was a backup win con. The deck was the problem. That card was a disgrace, and I'm glad it's gone. But it wasn't the problem. It wasn't like exclusively responsible for everybody having a terrible time in Standard right now. Somebody just wrote an article, I forgot where, but it was like a 10-page article on specifically why Standard is crap. I didn't read it because that is a lot of words and I don't have a lot of time, but the title and subtitle were something like, Standard is horrible right now, here's why, and here's how to avoid it. People are like coming out of the bushes and stuff to tell Wizards how to do their jobs. Because they're ruining something that we all enjoy and are trying to have fun at. And they're just not doing anything to stop it. So anyway, he says, I feel like I haven't played, quote, Magic in a year. That's what I've been saying. This isn't Magic. Sitting there getting every damn spell I cast countered, that's not Magic. Simic Flash, it needs to go. Shutting down half my deck with one card with Teferi, that has to go. Literally not letting me take a turn because of Nexus. That should have been banned 6 months ago. Nothing in the last year has been Magic. I completely agree with him. This is not what I started playing 5 or 6 years ago. It just isn't. It doesn't even resemble it. This is an insult to the game that we're suffering through right now. When people say, oh, you're exaggerating, it's not as bad as you think. Sorry, but you just don't get it. You don't understand the scope of this. I don't know if you just don't play enough games or at a high enough level or follow enough what people are saying. I don't know what your problem is, but Standard is 10 times worse than you think it is if you think that it's just vaguely annoying and I'm just complaining because that's what I do. It cannot be exaggerated and words cannot describe truly how bad Standard is right now compared to how it was in past years. And the worst part is, over the last about 3 years, it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I would say right after Origins, that's where it just went off a cliff. And honestly, Khans of Tarkir was kind of a disaster too, but that was more of like a wayside. That was a little detour. That was just a wonderful reminder of Wizards not to print fetch lands in Standard, ever. So that wasn't Eric's only reply. Are you ready for the Eric Froelich rampage? I wish I had music for this. This has been a non-stop season of disappointment for me in Magic. I've definitely struggled on the luck spectrum, but truth be told, there really are so few matches played in a year, so it doesn't actually take that much negative variance to spiral down. I legitimately don't know what he means by that. I play thousands of games. Isn't he a pro? Why does he play so few games? Sorry to the casual fans following a lot of MTG players, there are tons of tweets about banning Oko in Standard, and it's likely frustrating for some to always see. See, that's the thing. People just kind of casually, I'm interested in Magic, I play it once a week, whatever, I don't really care. And then they log into Twitter and just see complaining and just negativity and just, oh, everybody's pissed. Yeah, I get that. People just don't have enough information or experience to realize what's going on. They just don't get it. Some people just don't get it. What I don't agree with is him apologizing to them. No, there is no sorry. Screw you. You should be as mad as I am. Oh, sorry that I'm telling Wizards to fix this awful situation and like drumming up support and getting people fuming over it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Being productive, getting things done. Trying to influence Wizards to actually fix this shit. Oh, pardon me, sorry. I do believe the best way to see change is to voice your opinions. Keep it to the card and not those who designed it. Oh, sorry, Eric. That's incorrect. The card isn't the problem. The morons at Wizards who design and playtest this shit are the problem. You should exclusively go after the ones who designed it. You should exclusively go after the people who approved and tested this card. They are the problem. The cards aren't the problem. If they did their damn job, understood math, or knew anything about gameplay, or even had a concept of what fun was, they would not do this repeatedly. There would be no Scarab God, no Teferi, no Nexus, and no Oko. 95% of the community could have told these idiots that Smuggler's Copter is a disastrously stupid, careless mistake. Aetherworks Marvel, do you remember what I said about that the first time I saw the spoiler, what my first reaction was? Apparently, I'm smarter in 30 seconds than their entire department. So no, you should personally attack every single person at Wizards that was responsible for this. That is perfectly justified. That is exactly going to the source of the problem, and it is exactly what you should do. They should not continue to get away with this shit. Aaron Forsyth and all the other morons who work under him in that department need to either be fired or they need to constantly be reminded on social media every single time they log in from thousands of people how badly they screwed us over and how much money they're losing for the company and how they need to do their damn job properly. That is what you need to do to fix this. So all this, oh, let's keep it to the gameplay, keep it to the cards, let's not do personal attacks. Fuck you, Eric, you're wrong. Anyway, he goes on to say, I made the conscious choice to rarely play the best deck. Oh, isn't that brave of you? Well, I like prize money, so on Arena, I will not play tier 1 net decked bullshit, but if I recall, you're a pro player. Then again, I'm more in Travis Wu's camp, shockingly enough, where it's like, don't try to beat everybody with their own weapons. You're not going to outplay them, and you're certainly not going to out-cheat them. When everybody says, this is the one to bring to this tournament if you want to win, no, bring something that beats that. What just won the tournament? Wasn't it Gruul? Red Green Gruul? What more do I need to say? There you go. So anyway, this was by design for a number of reasons. I think I just said all the reasons. First, I don't think viewers at home really want to watch every person playing Hogak or Golos. Yep, but nobody really wants to watch anybody stream Magic, actually. All the decks are shit. That's a miserable experience, or it would be for me as a viewer. Also, by the way, whoever goes first wins, pretty much. The slower decks, but in the faster decks, if it's a mirror match, whoever goes first wins. Ooh, a lot of suspense in that scenario. So next up he says, second, I think I've played some really strong decks with positive matchups against the best deck. Not that this means I ever crush it, but that I've never been upset to be paired into it. Really, I have. Every time this Oko bullshit shows up, I get pissed off, but okay. I believe this is a good place to be, especially if you can get deep in the event. That's true. Actually, my Candy Cane deck was wrecking the crap out of Oko. But now with Field of the Dead gone, a lot more people are playing Red Cavalcades, so Red-White Rush doesn't really work anymore, unfortunately. Next, he says, third, it's tough when you're not on a big team to play the deck with the target on its back. People are certainly gunning for you. This whole team thing, they need to get rid of all this bullshit. Besides illegal scouting and information sharing that Wizards actively refuses to do anything about, I just think it's stupid. Anyway, but also the big teams who play the best deck have great plans to beat the minors that are going to be harder to potentially find. No, sneak in, don't let anybody know what you're playing, already know what the team has announced that they're playing, or just know that the whole team's playing the same deck and ask someone, and then you have a giant advantage. That's how you win tournaments, Eric. Next up he says, I just put up another 2 and 5 in my MPL split. Ouch. But truth be told, I'm happy of the work I've done. I went on a 15-match win streak on the ladder with the MTG, really that's an actual username, deck. Made a few changes and was pretty happy with the 7 opposing deck lists. Yeah, well, I went like 4 and 2 in that stupid Win 12 event after going 5 in a row in the testing. So to each their own, I guess. Next up he says, I mulled a ton, and for half the split, I missed my second turn land drop more often than my opponent missed their second turn Planeswalker. Oh, burn. That stuff happens. No, it shouldn't happen. You're acting like that's acceptable. No, there's nothing acceptable with that. They should never have a 3-cost Planeswalker ever again. After starting 0 and 5, ouch, I pulled out the last 2. Doesn't mean anything points-wise for me. I'll be out of the MPL if I don't win an MC, but still nice. This includes a mull to 5 on the draw versus 2 Oko, turn 2 Oko, no big deal. I hope that was sarcastic. Finally, he ends with, I felt a lot of pressure to do well this week so people would have something to watch and cheer for on MPL Weekly, but it didn't happen. I'm sad, but I'll be okay. I appreciate all the continued support from you awesome people. So he's being like polite about it, but he's still like throwing Oko under the bus saying, yeah, this turn 2 crap is ridiculous. I tried to play something fun and off the beaten path to make it more entertaining for people, and look what happened. Like, he's kind of taking the opposite side, but I'm saying, look at what he's saying. This is his experience, his story. His take on it and my take on it could not be any more different, but it is what it is, and what happened, and it shouldn't have. But wait, there's a bonus part 9 from Eric. Thoughts and prayers to those playing important Magic events right now, seeing countless posts frustrated with the format while many just choose to not play. Magic is the greatest game in the history of games. It's sad seeing people not enjoying it. I hope that changes soon. And this was very shortly after he posted the other string of 8 where he was like being polite and civil about it. He pulled a 180 about face real quick. Like, his hot take on the state of Standard and how it's all his fault and things are just fine went out the window as soon as he started looking at what literally everyone else on social media is saying. And he's like, oh, okay, screw this. They better change it soon. Well, glad to see he came around to my way of thinking. 306 likes on that, by the way. That's a lot. Well, remember how I said it's going to get even spicier as we go? Lightning round, Max Medeiros or something like that. I don't know. I think it's Brazilian. 9-2 in the MCQW despite handicapping myself by not playing Oko. See, even he's like, wow, I did good despite not copying everybody and playing stupid broken shit. Handicapping means giving yourself a disadvantage in a game. It's a golf term. So he admits not playing that deck that is clearly overpowered was a tactically poor decision on his part, but despite that, he went 9-2. So just another person throwing Oko under the bus. Then we've got a tweet from everybody's favorite pro, Lumpy Space Vargas. He wrote, 8-2 at the MCQ. Looks like I get to battle tomorrow. I did play a below average amount of Oko mirrors though. Only faced 9 today. Now, if you're really good at math, you notice that he went 8-2, which is 10 matches, and 9 of them were Oko mirror matches. So he did join the Oko cult and decided to run that overpowered bullshit because I guess he likes winning, but then, boo-hoo, mirror matches. He's literally complaining about the problem that he's causing. Oh, I love it when net deckers complain about net deckers net decking a deck too much. What a bunch of unbelievable hypocrites. What they're literally saying is, I'm running the most powerful deck, but nobody else should be allowed to, just me. I like free wins. Now that I'm more projecting on the rest of the community, like I said, anything goes at the pro level or the qualifiers, okay? There's no fun, there's no politeness, there is what deck do you think will get you money, period. Anybody else's feelings or how much enjoyment they're getting out of it does not come into play at all. So I actually don't care that LSV played that deck. I'm just kind of razzing on him because I don't like him. Well, I saved the best for last. Are you ready for what Wille Dell said? And remember, basically everybody in this video is a pro player. He said, to play this MCQW was one of the worst Magic the Gathering experiences ever. I almost dropped at 2-1. All my matches took almost an hour. Then he says sideboard cards main, referring to the fact that people are main boarding clear sideboard cards just to stop Oko. It's the 2-cost Oko killer. That black grasp of whatever the hell that's color specific, yeah. Wizards thought that printing that would make everything okay. And people are like main boarding it because they are 100% certain they're going to go up against Oko 75% of the time or more. And they're correct. So that's what he meant by sideboard cards main. Extremely boring matches. So 1 hour of sheer boredom to the point where even though there's money and a tournament invite on the line, he almost dropped after the 3rd game. Somebody's waving prize money in front of his face, and he's like, no, this is not worth 3 hours of suffering and my time. I hate every second of this. That is how bad Standard has gotten right now. That is the competitive scene. That is how much Oko is ruining Standard. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, I would drop out of a competitive tournament to qualify for the Mythic Championship when hell freezes over. I would suffer through anything. I don't give a shit. A car could come crashing through my living room and I'd still keep playing. I don't care. But pro player who's experienced at Magic, Wille Dell, was like, this just isn't worth it after like 3 hours. So the format was bad with Field, but playable. No, it wasn't. Now it's unbearable. So in his opinion, it is worse than Field. Please emergency fix this before the MC, the next Mythic Championship. 287 likes. I mean, it speaks for itself, but guess what? Guess what? He sent out another tweet that got almost 1,000 likes. Want to see what that one says? Dear Wizards of the Coast, I'm not a play design expert, but I can safely say that things are messed up. If Oko was the problem, ban it. Accept that it was a mistake and move on. Amen. Virtual internet high five, Willie. It will see play in eternal formats. Players don't deserve to play this miserable format in MCPTQ GPs in the next months. Fuck those people. I want to play on Arena and I'm suffering through this shit, okay? I will literally have somebody kick me in the balls every time I draw a land as long as I can qualify for the tournament. I don't give a shit. Oh no, the PTQ and GP people aren't having fun. Kiss my ass. You're there for a job. You're making money. Newsflash, I hate my job too. Too bad. Show up, have a miserable time, and collect a paycheck. My God, fuck those people. Seriously. But for Friday Night Magic and Arena players and X-Mage players and MTGO players and the other, I am not kidding, 99.997%+ of the community and the customer base who do not participate in pro-level Magic, those 10 million-ish people are not having fun. So once again, nobody cares about these whiny entitled assholes saying they're not having fun and enjoying things at the Mythic Championship. Neither is anybody else watching it. Too bad. You still get prize money. Shut up. I mean, yeah, it outlines how broken the format is and how much it needs to be fixed, but like, I have no sympathy for those assholes. Most of them are cheating anyway. If you think standard is unfair, you should look at what your opponent's doing every time you blink or look away. But for Arena players, oh boy, I am fed up with this shit. I actively do not want to play Magic right now. I got to Diamond League in about 2 days with my Candy Cane deck after the reset, and I haven't been able to get out of it since because I just am not playing enough. I'd rather play anything else. I've been playing a game that was released in like 1992. Still more fun than Magic right now. So if Willie's comments don't give it away, I mean, go on Twitter, go on Reddit, go anywhere that isn't moderated by Wizards. So, okay, not Reddit. And if you still don't believe me and all these pros and think I'm cherry picking, just go get anybody's hot take on this amazing situation. When it's so not fun, so stupid, so painful, such utter suffering to play standard right now that you can't even give people $7,500 minimum in prize money to show up and play it. That's amazing. Here's the problem. Banning Field of the Dead did literally nothing. Absolutely dead ass nothing. If anything, it made it worse. So ban Oko, right? Okay, so the only thing left that people would play is Red Cavalcade and Simic Flash. Well, those have got to go. So in my opinion, what would take its place after that would be Adventure Amplification Mill. Probably still Super Friends, so they'd have to get rid of Teferi as well. Oh, and they'd have to ban Lucky Clover, obviously. And then what do we have left? Are there any more unbelievably toxic, oppressive, annoying decks after that are at a power level that nobody can deal with? Probably a black color mix, who cares if it dies deck, and an Afterlife board wipe deck. So they'd probably have to ban that too, otherwise if Afterlife Black-White took over, it would just be a no-creature format. The only way you can compete with that deck is by not playing creatures because you sure as hell aren't going to keep them on the battlefield. Not against that deck. Not with Kaya's Wrath plus, well, honestly, it's usually 3-color Afterlife. Because then there's Time Wipe, but then there's like a Teferi Time Wipe that's more of a Super Friends, like defensive thing. There's some gray area between them, but both of those, both white-black, true Afterlife board wipe would have to go. Especially with those bullshit aristocrat triggers. And, oh, the Jace stall out Super Friends or Hyper Control draw board wipe 3-4 color mix. Like the run out your library on purpose and then win the game decks. Those would have to go because God knows nobody wants to play against that. But as long as they ban those, I wasn't counting, I'm going to say 8 decks. They'd have to ban those 8 decks, then standard would be fun and playable. Do you see why this is a problem? Fine, ban Oko, see if I give a shit. I'm just going to complain about Cavalcade and Teferi and all the other broken shit. There's like a cascading line. There's a priority order of just horrible, toxic, oppressive, impossible to play against decks that are ruining anybody's enjoyment of the game. They are going to have to ban more cards than they're willing to. Banning Oko, once again, just like Field, will make things way worse because then all you'll see is Cavalcade and Simic Flash. Those are the next two most powerful. What they did is they printed far too many broken cards. And like I said, at the end of the day, the real problem is mostly that you can play multiple colors way too easily. With 100% reliability, zero downside, you will always get your colors every single match, which is ridiculous. That's like modern levels of mana fixing. It's utterly ridiculous. I know, very ironic that a mono red and a 2-color Simic Flash deck are the next two I'm complaining about, but that's just because they printed too powerful of wolves, too many counterspells, too much control, and Cavalcade and Torbrand and Chandra's Spitfire were just mistakes. But as a whole, looking at the whole meta right now, the most annoying decks in the top 20 decks that people are playing, most of them are 3-color, most of them are too consistent and have too many answers to everything, and too many best of decks. Like, the next one in line would be Super Friends, and that's just because you can fix mana up to like 4 or 5 colors with no problem. That's ridiculous. That should never, never, never be how you describe Standard. So stop printing overpowered cards that people are right off the bat going to hate and complain about it day one when you spoil them, because then clearly the community knows better than you wizards. Get somebody from the community. Get 6 people chosen at random and just have them review the cards and say, no, I'm vetoing this. This will be horrible. Because apparently nobody at Wizards has the ability to do that. Or the talent or intelligence, wisdom, anything. Like, they have the ability to do it. I mean that they are incapable of doing it. And then also, stop printing so much damn fixing. No more lanterns, no more 5-color lands. Stop with that bullshit. And stop doubling red's damage. Take this carefully balanced, appropriate, speed balanced, very fair deck and then just say, screw it, let's go 2x. What the hell did you think was going to happen? In fact, Torbrand quadruples it. Just absolute fucking idiots working at that company. Seriously. So anyway, that's all the pros on my side, tearing Wizards apart and saying what I've been saying for the last month. So, yeehaw. And as I've stated, there is absolutely no solution. Banning Oko will do literally nothing, and Standard will continue to be unplayable until they ban bare minimum 8 to 10 cards, or, I don't know, just don't play Magic for a year. Cross your fingers, hope rotation fixes it. It worked so well last time. Sorry, that's the grim reality of it. I'm not going to lie to you. That is the state of things, and that is what's going to happen. 100% certainty. Oh well, wish I had better news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.